Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. July 11th. A turning point. A great turning point in our lives came when we sought for humility as something we really wanted, rather than as something we must have. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 75. Either the AA way of life becomes one of joy, or I return to the darkness and despair of alcoholism. Joy comes to me when my attitude concerning God and humility turns to one of desire rather than of burden. The darkness in my life changes to radiant light when I arrive at the realization that being truthful and honest in dealing with my inventory results in my life being filled with serenity, freedom, and joy. Trust in my higher power deepens, and the flush of gratitude spreads through my being. I am convinced that being humble is being truthful and honest in dealing with myself and God. It is then that humility is something I really want, rather than being something I must have. Courage to Change, One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, July 11th. It seems to me that many of us deal with our anger in inappropriate ways. Denying it, we stuff it, or we go off in fury, directing the feelings outward. I, for one, opt for avoidance of any conflict, and then I turn into a doormat. The Al-Anon program encourages me to acknowledge my feelings and to be responsible for how I express them. The problem is not that I get angry, but that I do not know how to direct my anger appropriately. Lately, when I feel like hitting somebody, I take my pillow and beat the daylights out of my bed. When I want to wipe someone out, I attack my dirty oven. I try to release my anger as soon as I can so that I won't build resentments that will be harder to get rid of later. I'm learning to communicate my anger too. I may not do it gracefully and my words may not be well received. It means facing the awful discomfort called conflict. But I can't run away anymore. Today's reminder: feeling our feelings is one important part of the recovery process. Learning how to balance feelings with appropriate action is another. There is a quote from Thomas Jefferson, and it reads, "When angry, count 10 before you speak. If very angry, 100." Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, July 11th. Encouragement. We share comfort and encouragement with others. Basic text, page 99. Many of us have watched as babies take their first steps. The mother holds the child on its feet. The father kneels nearby with outstretched arms, encouraging the little one, his face flooded with devotion. The baby takes a few steps toward its father. An older brother and sister cheer the tyke on. Baby falls down. Its mother, murmuring words of comfort, picks the child up and starts over again. This time, baby stays up until it is close enough to fall into the safety of father's arms. As newcomers, we arrive in the rooms of NA much like this small child, accustomed to living a life crippled by addiction, full of fear and uncertainty. We need help to stand. Just like a child beginning its march toward adulthood, we take our halting first steps toward recovery. We learn to live this new way of life because others who have gone before us encourage and comfort us by telling us what worked and what didn't work for them. Our sponsor is there for us when we need a push in the right direction. Many times we feel like we can't take another step in recovery. Just like a child learning to walk, we sometimes stumble or fall. But our higher power always awaits us with outstretched arms. And like the child's brothers and sisters shouting their encouragement, we too are supported by other NA members as we walk toward a full life in recovery. Just for today, I will seek encouragement from others. I will encourage others who may need my strength. Today, Emotions Anonymous, July 11th. Reflection for today. I spent a good share of my life feeling inferior to others. Because of this feeling, I continually compared myself with them. I compared my weaknesses with their strengths, and of course, I fell short. Once I learned that comparing myself was a cop-out for not developing my own creativity and talents, it became easier to let go of this defense. Becoming willing to let go of my comparing has opened me to creativity and talent I never dreamed I had. Meditation for today. If I begin to compare myself to someone else, give me a little push. Today I will remember I have a great deal to offer by just being me. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. July 11th. Trait 8. We became addicted to excitement. BRB, page 16. For most people, a lot of things can create excitement. Seeing a new movie, having a favorite old friend visit, preparing for a holiday, shopping, getting a new pet, celebrating birthdays, and even sex. But the problem for many adult children is our need to create excitement in order to feel alive. Too often, this is done in a negative way that harms us and our relationships. In adulthood, this addiction to excitement can play out in many ways, including starting frequent arguments with a spouse, having an affair that creates excitement and then pain, playing extreme sports because we crave the adrenaline rush, or using drugs or alcohol to feel up. If we don't have a certain level of excitement in our lives on a regular basis, we feel like life is boring. Something's just not right. We are missing out, or maybe we are just not loved. In recovery, we can identify the ways in which we create excitement that harms us and our loved ones. We then learn to stop ourselves before we go over the line. This can give us a sense of calm that may seem uncomfortable at first, but we'll get used to it. This is part of learning who we are. The affirmation reads, "On this day I pray for the wisdom to identify negative excitement that I may create. I no longer wish to harm myself and others by this behavior." Please share, subscribe, like, and remember that recovery is possible and that you are not alone, one day at a time.